Hey, what is up everyone? Coach Danny and Alex. Today, we're gonna run you through one of our conditioning sessions, all right? So Alex is actually gonna do a circuit. So what we're gonna do is, just before we get started, we're gonna explain briefly all of the exercises. So it's gonna consist of 10 different exercises, which we're gonna perform in a 10 circuit drill. And we're gonna take a rest of 1 minute and then start that over for 3 sets. So check it out. Okay, so the first exercise in the circuit, exercise number 1, is going to be the slam balls, all right? So Alex is picking up that ball and then is going to go overhead and drive it through the ground, all right? So imagine that you want to dig a hole into the ground every time you slam the ball. So this one here, into the circuit, we're going to do 30 seconds nonstop of that slam ball exercise. So try to get as many repetitions as possible, fully extend towards the ceiling and then drive it downwards to get that power output. All right, next up in the circuit is going to be hip drives. So basically when we do Jiu-Jitsu, we do those hip drives when we warm up during classes and whatnot. This one here, I want to incorporate a little bit more squeeze in the adductor exercises by squeezing the legs where he's squeezing those knees against the med ball. So all he's going to do now is drive his hips towards the ceiling, but also add that twist. So side to side, always twisting. So the basic exercise is always raising your hips off the ground, but this time we're adding a different component where we're really working the inner thighs by squeezing against the ball on every repetition. So this one's going to be 30 seconds as well. Okay, next up we have the Zercher squat. So basically here we're using that pummeling motion, right? Really driving our hands upwards, but we have to hold a resistance. In this case, we're going to have a 45-pound barbell. Now, when you do this exercise, the weight is going to be pulling you forward as you come down, but you have to really drive the weight back up towards your heels to keep steady. This is going to be the next exercise. Okay, next up we have a shoulder endurance exercise. This one is the upright row using the same barbell. So he's going to bring the barbell towards his chin. This one really focuses on our delts, but mainly the grip strength, because now we're getting very tired, and that grip strength, we keep on working that for Jiu-Jitsu specifically. So the upright row using a barbell. Okay, next up we have a regular shrimp, the hip escapes, all right? We just add some Jiu-Jitsu movements that we do in our training sessions, but we're incorporating this into our circuit today. So shrimps here, left to right. So basically just driving your hips side to side, all right, pushing off the leg, the opposite side, exactly, and bringing your butt where the shoulder position is. So really exaggerate on that movement when you do this circuit on every exercise, every repetition. All right, next up we have the squat with a mid ball extension, all right, forward extension. So Alex is gonna get into a standing position. And as he squats down, once he's in the squat position, I want you to extend that medicine ball far away from your shoulders. Exactly, and now come back up and do the opposite. So that eccentric motion really puts a lot of resistance onto your quadriceps, rocking your weight forward, but you have to fight that just like in the barbell exercise now to keep your back straight, work your glutes, your hamstrings, your quadriceps, and the shoulder endurance as we incorporate this exercise into our circuit. All right, so next up we incorporate more Jiu-Jitsu movements, the solo drill. So now we're going to do leg pummeling, that circle, and then from there after a few repetitions I want the hip drive motion, driving up and then coming back down into the leg pummeling motion and then back to the hip drive on the left side and the right side. So we keep on doing this exercise for 30 seconds as well. All right, next up, another great solo exercise, great for the endurance, but also incorporates the Jiu-Jitsu we use. This one we're going to do a sit-out, but we're going to kick out towards the ceiling, really rotating our body from the left to the right side. So this is good for shoulder stability, that muscular endurance, that resistance using your own body weight, specific for mixed martial arts and Jiu-Jitsu. All right, next up we have the TRX, or basically this one is actually the RIP 60, but suspension trainers are great for Jiu-Jitsu. Guys, this one here, we're going to work the rear delts as well as the front deltoid as well. So here, Alex is going to demonstrate the rear fly. So you got to drive your body up and then at the next rep, overhead and then back to rear fly. So we're going to alternate these two motions during the 30-second round. So basically a rear fly towards the side and then overhead fly to bring your upper body back towards the cables. Okay, next up we have the sled. This is our final exercise where we really drive the power component. All right, Alex, so you're going to drive that sled and ready, go. And basically on this one here, we just keep running and sprinting, pushing the weight forward. Switch sides, go to the opposite side and bring it back. And this one here, we try to get as many laps as we can for the 30-second round. So there you have it, guys. Great circuit training for your jiu-jitsu, specifically for mixed martial arts or jiu-jitsu. This is great because all of the exercises serve a purpose where your conditioning session and build that endurance and the power components of some driving and a lot of sled pushing and whatnot. So basically, all you do is put them all back to back for 30 seconds each. Try not to rest in between every exercise. Then you'll take a 60-second pause. We'll start that thing for a total of 3 sets. Guys, hope you enjoyed this content. Leave us a thumbs up. For more videos just like this one, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a beat, and we'll catch you.
In the next video.
Take care. Back to training.